back to my YouTube channel. It's Joey here. So today I wanted to bring you guys a different kind of video. This is going to be more of a lifestyle blog. I want to start doing videos just being more normal, you know, just talking about different topics. And the topic that I'm bringing today is more of a sensitive topic to anyone who's going through it, or even to myself. It kind of is a sensitive topic, but I figured that I would share my story with everybody because I feel like if somebody else listens to my story, it can possibly help them out. This video today is going to be about suicide prevention. About 3 years ago, I tried to commit suicide. To me, it really is a very sensitive topic, but I have opened up about it because I feel like a lot of people can relate to, you know, to my story maybe. And I feel like it's an experience that really changed my life in a way. It was very humbling to me, and I feel like it made me a better person in a way, and it made me realize a lot of things about myself, and it made me realize a lot of things about life. What happened 3 years ago, I was really in a dark place in my life. Like, I really felt at that time, and it's like when you have problems in your life, you feel like they're the worst problems in the world. Like, you don't think about, well, maybe this person's going through that, or maybe people are going through worse things than me. You just center your own problems, and I just felt like everything was falling apart. My career, I didn't know where it was going because at that time I wasn't really too sure what I wanted to do. I was in cosmetology school, but I had gotten kicked out of college, and because my grades dropped, so I started going to cosmetology school. And you know, getting kicked out of college was like the first step of my depression starting. Basically, I felt like everybody in my life was doing so good, and I was just so stagnant, and I felt like a failure. My personal life, I just really wasn't a happy person. I really thought I was unattractive. I didn't have confidence at all. My dating life was a mess. It's really bad. At home, you know, things weren't going too good either. When I was in college, I met a lot of people, and I just, like, in college I was all about having fun, and it kind of backfired because one, my grades dropped, and two, my reputation just, it wasn't the best one, and three, like, I met people who I thought were my friends, and you know, they were really negative people. Like, a lot of them, when people would talk about me, they would, instead of, you know, defending your friend, because if somebody's talking about my friend, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna be there for them. Like, I'm gonna defend them, and I'm gonna tell the person that's talking about them, like, hey, you know, whatever you have to say, I don't want to hear it, because that's my friend at the end of the day. So, you know, I had those type of people who would talk about me, and it just made it worse. Like, I was really in a place where I cared too much, like way too much, about what people thought about me. And I cared so much that I started believing what people thought about me. Like, I really thought that I was all these horrible things that people called me. I really thought I wasn't worthy of being with someone. I really thought I wasn't a good friend. I really thought I was a bad daughter. I really thought I was a dumb girl. Just everything horrible. And it led me to the point where one day, I want to say this happened 3 years ago, August, I decided to overdose on pills. And what happened that night was I overdosed, and I passed out, and I got rushed to the hospital, and I stayed in the hospital for about a week, in the psychiatry department, which was the craziest experience I ever had, because I met people from all walks of life and people with all types of problems. And I'm not talking about just normal problems. I'm talking about mental problems, you know, just family issues, you know, stability issues. Like, I met people who were homeless, and the hospital was their home. you know, I started listening to the problems these people had, and it made me realize, Joanna, you're 21 years old. Why are you wasting your life? Like, why would you even think about wasting your life? You have so much out there. And it's what I want to make people also made me realize that I'm not a bad person either. I when I was in there, you know, like I said, there was people who were homeless. They didn't have clothes. So clothes that I had at home that were old, I gave them away to them because these people need it more than me. If I had extra food that my parents would bring me, I would give it to them. And it was just all about helping people. And then I had some downfalls while I was in there as well. Like the person that I was dating, the piece of crap person that I was dating. And Lord forgive me, because, you know, I forgave that person already and I'm over it. But it's just, this is what really happened. I called him while I was in the hospital because he never came to visit me. And he pretended to be someone else. And that made me realize exactly who is really there for you when you're in hard times. So, you know, that was it. And a week later when I came out, he was dating someone else. So it you know, it really made me realize that it's not the end of life. Miracles do happen. When I came out the hospital, the best things happened to me. I got my job at Sephora, so I started a job. It was a new beginning. I started my career at Sephora. You know, I started getting better at my craft. It was like my whole life did a whole 360. All those people that, you know, that were so negative towards me, I eliminated them out of my life. It was just such a great, you know, it was just such a great switch around, and I just became a happier person. What really helped me was just opening up to my friends, because that was my problem too. Like, I had a few friends that I could have opened up to, but I was so sheltered. The other thing was writing down my feelings. Like, if you know, if you feel like you can't talk to somebody, you know, write those feelings down. Like, I'm learning slowly to be a more positive person, because I've always had a problem with thinking so negative, and, you know, and that kind of holds me back. But I have built so much confidence. You're unstoppable, honestly. Like, I'm here to tell you that whoever you are out there, you're probably the most beautiful person in the world. You are probably the most beautiful person outside and inside. And I want you to know that you're worth more than you think. And whether you know it or not, maybe someone close to you doesn't see it, and that person constantly puts you down. But probably from a stranger's point of view, you're the most amazing person. The biggest thing is you have to realize who you surround yourself with. You have to realize what energy is around you, and you also have to find yourself. All the things that, don't even think about the things, don't even write the things that you don't like about yourself. Just write all the great things you love about yourself, and really, really look into yourself and really think about those things, because those are the things that really matter. I really had to sit down and think, well, what are things that I love about myself? What are things that I feel like it could be an asset to the world, or it can be an asset to somebody that I love, or an asset to even myself. Like, you know, so when you start to think about positive things, they do guide you to a better, you know, a better understanding. Trust me, like, that's what I had to do. I had to convince myself that I'm the Nah, I'm not like that, but, you know, I really had to convince myself that I am a great person, and that if people don't see it, then that's just too bad. Like, I used to want everybody to see it, but not, unfortunately, like, not a lot of people are going to see it. And unfortunately, to this day, like, there's still people that bad talk about me. And guess what? I get way more people who have something really good to say about me, and that's all that matters. People are always gonna have something negative to say, whether you're doing good or not. Like, it's the reality, and it's up to you. You have the power over how you react and your emotions, and that's something that you have to learn to. If you feel like you have no control over that, then that's where professional help comes in, because it does help. I've been through that, and it really did help me, like speaking to someone else about that, because it was something I had a problem with. I couldn't control, you know, how I felt about what people thought about me, and slowly I learned to control that, and slowly I learned to, you know, cope with it. Always keep that in mind, that there's always going to be people who are going to talk about you regardless, and it's something that you have to learn to cope with, because whether you're doing good or not, they're going to talk about you. People envy, like people hate to see that you don't care sometimes, and because you don't care, it bothers them, and you just let them talk. If it's not anybody close to you, you have not, and honestly, even if it's somebody close to you, you have nothing, and I mean nothing, to prove to anybody but yourself. Like, you owe it to yourself to prove to yourself that you can do better in life. There's a lot out there, trust me. If you feel like you are in that dark place, please speak to someone. Please find professional help if you can. I have found professional help plenty of times, because depression is something that I battled with, and it can get worse if you don't find any help. If you feel like you're alone, and you feel like your family isn't someone that you can talk to, and your friends don't understand you, like, try to go to a professional. Try to go to a psychiatrist, a psychologist, someone. Do your research. But they actually have hotlines, they have websites, which I will be putting in the description box, and I will also be putting at the end of the video, that you can definitely visit, or you can call if you ever feel like you're at the lowest point. Also, I want to be someone who helps. So if you ever feel like you have to talk to somebody, or you ever feel like you're in that situation, you can feel free to DM me on Instagram, and I'm here to listen to you. Or you can actually just email me, and it'll be right here, my email, and you guys can email me and, you know, talk to me, and I would be more than happy to help you out with anything. But just always know that there's somebody out there who's willing to listen to you, and who's willing to guide you and help you. And just know that, honestly, that's not the route to go, because there's more to life. Like, there's so much out there, and I've come to learn that you know, maybe today is not a good day, but maybe tomorrow your life could change. Maybe tomorrow could be the best day ever. Like, it's just, that's the beauty of life. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen next, and I've come to learn that, like, the best thing that God ever made was the day after a day after another, pretty much. And I feel like it's a blessing. Like, a new day is always a blessing. You get to hustle, new day, new opportunities, you know, new miracles. And at the same time, yes, there's miracles, but you also have to make things happen for yourself, and you need to go out there and see what's out there in the world. The world is waiting for you. I'm here to listen, and there's plenty of people out there who are there to listen, to genuinely listen to you and help you out. You know, I will list everything for you guys in the description box. And I really do hope that this video did help you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Much love, peace, love, and happiness. Bye. Mwah. If you know anyone who's battling with depression, or even has suicidal thoughts, or even if you yourself need any help, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. A representative will be available 24/7. Or you can visit their website at www.suicidepreventionlifeline.org. Make a difference in your life or someone else's life. It's never too late.